pulse of the people, the heartbeat is strong. Dr. Ron's got the wisdom where insight belongs. Politics, finances, break it down with ease. He's the voice of solutions, the one who believes. Coming Grayson's here, shining bright in the scene with entertainment, authors, and small biz dreams. She's a spark of the community, lifting us high where creativity flows and passions never die. It's the pulse of the people, the rhythm, the groove. SKST and SG got the power to move. With voices united, we're setting the tone. Tune in, be inspired, it's your life, it's your own. Elder Willie Brown's got the mic in his hand. Community news from the streets of the land. He's your neighbor, pocket-friendly JOC, breaking it down, bringing unity. We're a trio of passion, a powerhouse blend. Voices of the people from start to the end. Engaging conversations.
Well, welcome to another episode of SKST Radio, Pulse of the People. Woo! We got some studio audience today. We got audience guests.
Yeah, right.
They're the audience, right?
They could be the audience.
Yeah, but these in the studio are guests.
Yeah.
And we have some phenomenal guests today.
Show you right.
Oh my gosh! In Studio D, we have two beautiful ladies. We're going to let you introduce yourself and tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shauna Turner. I am the Executive Director of HR Mass. That's Hampton Roads Mothers and Men Against Senseless Killings. I am a community leader, and I do a lot of advocacy work in all the 7 cities.
I love it. Welcome.
I'm Marlene Bright, and I am with the Norfolk Family Justice Center, also a collaborating partner with HR Mask, and here to support this upcoming Wear Orange event with HR Mask.
I love it. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to the show. And I am Cammie Grayson, one of your hosts. And then over there we got...
Hey, I'm Dr. Ron. Let's get lit. Financial literacy, that is. I'm your personal finance guy.
Wow. And I'm Dr. LWC. I was going to say LC. WC Brown with your community connection.
All right. We're all in the house today. Ladies, you got some phenomenal stuff going on. How cool is that? Okay, so tell us a little bit about what your mission is. What are we working on right now for the community?
Okay, so my up-and-coming event is Wear Orange. It's a 5-on-5 basketball tournament. And basically, this is my 8th year doing Wear Orange. So on this Saturday, it started, I don't know if you're aware, the color orange actually represents when the hunters were in the woods and they would go hunting. In order for them to recognize each other and not shoot each other, they would wear orange. And a young lady by the name of Hadia Pendleton was in Obama's inaugural parade. And then a couple of days later, she went back home to Illinois and Chicago, yes. And she got shot in the park. So the students got together and decided to wear orange. So we're wearing orange for all the gun violence survivors and our youth. And our tournament this year is to stay alive. So we're trying to reach our youth ages 9 through 18. There will be a basketball tournament at Independence Middle School. And, it'll be different age categories and we'll have different champions. But we'll also have a message sent from Malik Hawkins. He's coming in from Memphis, Tennessee. He is originally from Chesapeake, Virginia, to deliver a message, inspirational. And we'll just be, providing all types of resources and reaching our young people to, keep them out of the streets and to keep them alive as well.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. So with the orange being inspired for orange, y'all know I don't wear orange, but today I had my
I'm still going. Wow.
I'm normally in pink. I'm normally
pink.
I'm normally like my sister over here. I'm usually in pink. And but
yeah.
Today was a special day. So we just wanted to make sure everyone's aware of the whole event that's about to happen. And so we're very excited. You've seen the posters on our social media platform. And so what can we do to help? What can the community do to help you guys?
Well, I am a 501c3, a grassroots organization, and nonprofit means non. There no grants, no anything. We want you to come out and support, bring your youth out. I work with youth. We tap into recidivism as well, because I am connected with some partners through recidivism, and that's ODAR LLC. We feel it's very important to save our generation. So this is my 8th year. And the reason why I'm doing this as well, I forgot to say that, and I should have said it. I lost my son, Shaquille Turner, in 2017 to senseless gun violence. He was leaving work, but one of his loves were basketball. I actually still have his basketball. Shaq would still go play on his elementary school court, Glenwood Elementary, with all his friends as an adult. And before COVID, I used to do like the 3-on-3. So everybody kept saying, when are you going to do it again? And I felt like this was another way to just come back together and, honor him as well and others that lost their lives. So,
Right. Wow.
So how many teams you have this weekend?
14. I'm sorry, 14. So it's 3 for each age group. And I do want to shout out to Independence Middle School in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and their staff for just saying yes, because, sometimes it's hard to get into the school systems, and they're allowing us to have this event there. I want to shout out to all the coaches as well that are bringing the young men out so that we can get the message out, and young women as well, too. We just want you to stay safe, especially this summer as well. And as I mentioned, a partner with her as Miss Marlene Bright as well for a lot of things with the Norfolk Family Justice Center and the things that she does. And she's like on my advisory board. She's kind of like in and out. No, I always say that. I'm not with her, but
She's busy. It's a wonder.
Well, do you have a team for old guys with bad knees?
we need y'all. So please come out and support the movement. I mean, it's a donation of $2. I've done a lot of things as far as, because it's bigger than me. It's not about me, but we want y'all to show up where your orange represent. And I'm sure some of you, if not all of us, know someone that has died to gun violence. So let's come out and represent. There will be, some people in the building. The Attorney General's office, the community liaison will be there for ceasefire. The Chief of Police is sending out some officers. Of course, you'll be there. And as I mentioned, Malik Hawkins, he is a whiz. He's from Chesapeake, Virginia, but he works for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's an account manager. So I felt that he would be a great inspiration to, come back and talk to our youth. We also have Mr. William Stars. I don't know if y'all know William Womack. He's going to come.
T. Stars.
Yes,
I'm his I actually am his co-manager. So
you're going to have to bring your knees out, okay? Please.
Gotcha. Well, you know what? I applaud. I've been working with a lot of in my community activism with a lot of the non-violent or the Stop the Gun Violence organizations, and I do a lot of programs and things for that. I've been working with 757 Stop the Violence. I also do work with the Portsmouth Police Department when they have that night of prayer. When they had all the pictures up there, and I'm actually putting together a choir for the Juneteenth Festival in Virginia Beach, and it's part of Team Lamb. And Team Lamb was created out of gun violence on the cousin that was killed. And we're going to have the Team Lamb Community Empowerment Choir Against Gun Violence on June the 21st. So I definitely want to invite all you all to just come sing with us. But what I really wanted to say is how the mothers, I know it's fathers too, but how the mothers have turned this tragedy into something that will help save lives. Yes. And I can imagine. So what kind of feeling does that get that you get from that?
Well, To me, I will let every mother and father know I wouldn't wish this on anyone. This is not a club you want to be a part of. But it was very important to me to keep him alive. I'm very broken, but I help others like me because I'm the lived experience. And I just continue to move in purpose. I also want to say I do know Team Man. Shout out to Team Man. Yeah. We marched on Washington D.C. together. If we
Mm.
were, I've done a lot of things, effortlessly, and it was without anything. I just give my all because it's very important. I love our communities. I love the youth, as I mentioned. So my heart, I don't want anyone to feel what I have to go through every day. So if we can continue to, pour back in and try to save them. And we also are going to have a lot of laws that are about to be changed. And I don't want our children to be incarcerated and charged as, for murder, when you just go from 0 to 1,000. So we talk about conflict resolution and things of that nature. We have to take control. So it's a lot. It's very hard, but I keep pushing, and I've done a lot of things these past 8 years, and continue to move in purpose in honor of my son and others that have been lost.
That's
Awesome.
wonderful, wonderful mission.
Awesome.
Miss Bright, tell people about you and what your company does, what you do for the city, because you
Yeah.
do a lot. And this, she is the beacon. She is the beacon. That this is how we got a chance to meet this young lady. She is the beacon, and she brings us good people that are doing positive things in the community. So, Miss Bright, I don't want to not give you your flowers because you are phenomenal. And so, just tell people a little bit about what your business is, what your mission is.
Okay. So I'm the community outreach coordinator for the Norfolk Family Justice Center. And primarily, my goal is to bring the community together and collaborate with them so that they understand that although we have specific roles, we are victim centered and we are there to help put the pieces back together. And it is done in a way through the Norfolk Family Justice Center whereby we are, a one place center where
Mhm.
multi agencies that normally our victims would have to go all around the city to get, but they come to the Norfolk Family Justice Center, 835 Glen Rock Road in Norfolk, across from Costco, and they are able to be take out a charge, see the police, um, the magistrate, the prosecutor, the same nurse if it's an SA assault, and then collaboratively with the YWCA, where we all work together so that we can provide counseling and services and resources and be intentional about taking all of those things and cementing them to the brokenness of the victims that we see. And so I love what I do. I love what I do, and that's why it's just important for me to advocate and share.
Yes.
It's not about us keeping it to ourselves. It's about, yes, putting our pulse on the people and being, intentional about how we're going to do it. And no pun intended, but boots on the ground is what it is.
Right.
Yes.
Because everybody out here, whether they're a victim or not, they are circumstanced where they have a need. And we have to go see what that need is. Everybody's going to be different. So these nonprofits, HR Mask, the agency of Norfolk Family Justice Center, all of the other agencies that are coming together under Serena Mann, and all of the nonprofiters, Stop the Violence. We all have to work together, and
Yes.
it's not just my
That's right.
dance, your dance. It's our dance,
Yes.
and we dance that, to a beat that is going to bring liberation, it's going to bring freedom, it's going to bring empowerment, it's going to bring a change. And
Yes.
that's what I'm about,
I love it.
being a change agent so that we just can't do it, just like laissez-faire. We got to be
Yeah,
strategize this thing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
do it over the ground.
Yeah, love it. So tell
Yeah.
people how they can get in contact with you, ladies.
Well, for me, I'm located at 835 Glen Road, Norfolk. My number is 757-664-4888. Any questions? I also come out to events to collaborate with different events that are going on. So that the information that we have and what we're offering, it's a plethora of services.
Mm.
There's the protective orders, there's the Virginia Victims Fund, there is housing, and it's just a plethora of services and resources that we have. So that's what you can do. You can reach me in clarification. I can give that. But yeah.
Love it. And you?
Well, basically, I did want to mention I've collabed in so many things. I actually cut the ribbon for the Norfolk Family Justice Center and spoke that year when it first opened in Norfolk. There are so many levels to what we do. I'm going to say we because we have to say we, right? But you can reach me at 757-915-3481. And my email address is Shana, that's SHANA at hrmask.org. Like I said, there's a lot of resources. I bridge the gap. We have the support groups. I do a lot. So it's not enough to be on the show to tell you more. No. I am a level 4 violence interrupter. I also, she don't need to tell her. No, violence interrupter. I'm an author.
Okay.
I am the state regional lead for Voices of Black Mothers United. It's
All right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Out of Washington, D.C. I mean, I can keep going, but it's not about me, y'all. No, it's about you.
Hey, girl, this is the time to toot your horn.
Yeah. You get the band here.
So that you're equipped to bless other people.
I've blessed other people with my own funds. I don't get the big grants. Depleted myself because it's not about me. I want us, to come together, as she mentioned. I know all the people that you named. I've walked, I've marched, connected with like the AG's office, Newport News. Shout out to Chief Drew and them. They are always there for me. I just did my National Victims Crime Week there. This is, like I said, my 8th year. I do National Night Out. We're orange. I have a gala or gala, as y'all say, every year. That's an awareness gala. And we give out a scholarship in my son's name for $500. I just got an email from a young woman that just graduated from college. And they sent me a beautiful note saying how that $500 helped them. And she had just lost her brother this year. He came home for a birthday and got killed senselessly through violence. So I thought that was a beautiful thing. That's why this is important.
Yes.
I'm gonna need all the bad needs to come out.
You heard that, didn't you, fellas?
And I was did a pilot program for the city of Virginia Beach. They picked me as their ambassador for District 7. They were trying to figure out why certain districts weren't engaging. So we're waiting to hear back if we're going to continue the program, which I hope we do, because we want our voices to be heard. But that's just okay.
And I'm in District 7, and my niece ran for city council in District 7. Mabinti.
Oh,
She was
so
the-
she'll tell you about me. She knows me. I actually was supporting her. I was standing out at the polls. I'm one of those people. I am boots on the ground. I was handing out stuff. I worked the polls that day for her. I was so sad that she did not.
But she ran well, and she would call me late at night just talking about, what all that was on. And she's talking about boots on the ground. Now we say, where them grants at? Where them grants at?
Where them grants?
Yeah. Bring them grants. Bring them grants out.
I love it.
When you asked her, she knows me. Oh yeah, it's just I'm hoping one day I get a grant. But I've had donations, minimal, And I appreciate those, but I have not seen like the big grants because, like I said, we believe in our returning citizens and we connect the dots because you have to bridge the gap to start from the foundation and work our way up. We also know where this is coming from. As far as when I can say this, when the crack era started and we started losing the men in the homes and, our young men are being raised by, women, no disrespect to us as mothers, but there's not so much we can do. And I mentored to youth in the juvenile justice center for the probation department in Newport News. So it's youth that are at risk or about to go to court and first offender. And basically, I keep up with them afterwards. They have to trust us, so I don't just leave you at the door. I still check on you afterwards. I'm seeing what you're doing, how things going, and things of that nature. So
love it. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back after these messages. Ladies, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Bless you all. Thank y'all.
Jada's energy was contagious as she stepped into the dazzling world of SKST Radio Network. She could hardly contain her excitement. Wow! Hi everyone, this place is amazing. Hi Jada, welcome to SKST Radio Network. We've been waiting for you. You brought the sunshine with you, Jada. This studio just got brighter. That's the energy we need for today's show. This is where the magic happens, Jada. You see this microphone? This is how we share stories and make people laugh, learn, and dream. Can I try it someday? Of course you can. You have a voice worth hearing. Are you ready to be part of today's special show, Jada? Yes. What are we going to talk about? Everything you love, Jada, adventures, dreams, and all the things that make life magical. We're honored to have you with us, Jada. Young voices like yours remind us why we do this. And just like that, Jada's amazing adventure at SKST Radio Network was only the beginning of her journey to share her voice with the world.
Well, if you just tuned in, you haven't tuned in too late. You tuned in to the Pulse of the People show on SKST Radio. And man, those two guests were phenomenal,
yes,
right?
They was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I got to get some orange.
I know. I mean,
you
know what? You should have read the postings. If you would have read the posting, you would have known the day.
I got orange in my. I got some orange in there by default.
Next time we'll let He didn't get the mix.
I'm going to get my sneakers and my knee pads in my wheelchair or my walker.
And I'm going to join the slow break league.
And so I bet you're wondering why that's a beautiful T-shirt sitting between these two handsome guys. Well, this is my newest T-shirt line. This is a Girl Talk for this year. We do Girl Talk every year. And so Girl Talk, we highlight powerful women doing things in the community. And so when we reach out to you and ask you to be on the show, you need to make sure you get your information to us if you want to be on Girl Talk and featured on Girl Talk. Yeah. Because that's what we do. Yeah. We help, we get the word out, and that's what we do with Girl Talk. So if you want a Girl Talk T-shirt, they're $25.
And the teeth are so perfect.
I know, right?
I'm jealous.
I know. Candy's collection, we got you.
Man, look at the faces. I know. The hair's on fleek.
Look, the earphones are pink like mine.
Yeah, look, even the baby hair. You know what?
So we have two phenomenal new guests in the studio. D. Hello, everybody. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ebony Chanel, and I have with me Coach Kennedy Sims, and I am the program leader of the Empower Lounge Foundation. Yes. So the Empower Lounge Foundation is a nonprofit organization, 501c3 certified. We empower youth one at a time to transition families right side up.
Nice. Well, welcome. We're going to do Dr. Ron's segment, and then we're going to be back with you guys. Dr. Ron, what do you have?
Well, I'm the Let's Get Lit guy, financial literacy, that is. I'm your personal finance guy. So I want to talk about what's important now. And that's one of the things that we also have to constantly make sure that we don't leave ourselves out. And I have a couple of notes here. When it comes to finance, you have to really identify some of your sources. What's your fear of some of the things that basically you got to tune out social media, television, and I call it basically emerge and see, not panic, emerge and see. So oftentimes you hear on the news, you talk about the GNP, which is the gross national product. You're talking about inflation. You're talking about the national trade deficit. We talk about all these tariffs and all these things, which if you're in small business, if you got a beauty shop, some of your merchandise might be coming from overseas. It's going to affect you a certain way. So basically, you have to regain your bearings and maybe have a shift in your plans. So you got to align your actions. So creating a spending plan will help you alleviate some of those fears. Basically, since I do personal finance, I want to talk about the 40-30-20-10, which is 40% of your income should be things that you actually need. The 30% of things that you want, which is actually flexible because you move some of that, mortgage, rent can be, and car payment could be a little higher. So you might move that up to not only 40%, might be 50%. So, and then you're looking at 20% that you want to actually save, and 10% you actually want to, I call it give, which means that since, I'm a member of church, I tithe, you might want to do a donation or to your charity. So one of the things you want to do is when you actually do your bills, you might not want to do it on your bad emotional day. You want to set aside a plan that you do that, because that is part of your anxiety and cause you to worry about certain things. So to win, which is what's important now, you want to pay down your debt, create an emergency fund. Now, I know experts say you should have 3 to 6 months. Okay, let's be realistic. The goal should be at least $1,000. $1,000 could help you if you need a repair of appliance, or a let's say a tire, or any even like my brother right here with bad ankles gonna play in this league this weekend. If he twists his ankle, he can go to patient first and basically not interrupt his regular income and regular spending plan. So here's the key though. Buying insurance it's what I call pays you now and later. So we're talking about not only health insurance and your mortgage insurance, life insurance. Life insurance it could be part of your will and your inheritance, as well as generational wealth. And we have to stop these GoFundMes when somebody transpires. Yeah. And the fastest way to do that is actually to get insurance. My last tip is that in order to be actually financially successful, you have to have more than one income. Now, I know that's kind of maybe difficult, but those side hustles can actually get you faster to where you need to be. So what's important now?
I love it. Boy, I got to get a couple more side hustles.
Yeah, well, you know what? Speaking of side hustles, see, I had a side hustle. You get the Uber, the Lyft, what have you, like, and none of those places they don't take any taxes from that. So if somebody's doing that, because I'm the recipient now, because I end up having to owe taxes because they didn't take anything out. How was does someone with a 1099, self-employment, they're just getting money like, church musicians or, like I said, Uber, the Lyft, what percentage of that should they take out in order for them not to owe taxes at the end of the year?
Well, I can.
Well, first of all, you're 1099, so you're responsible.
Right. So I'm saying, but a lot of people don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
They think that Uber money is just, I ain't got to report it, but yeah, you had to report it. And then when you put that in on your taxes, man, that thing, even though your expenses for your car, gas, food, in conjunction with doing that, yeah, I got whopped.
Well, here's the fastest way. We have the Moon Group, who's a CPA group that has a show on our network.
She'll be on Saturday.
And she'll be on Saturday. But here's my quick, fast, and fluid way to do that. Well, let's say if I had $1,000 coming in per month, I rip that in half. 50% of it I'm saving for the tax man. And that way I'm always ahead.
But are you saving it or are you sending it to them monthly?
Okay, you can do either or. But here's what my suggestion is. You need to set aside a emergency fund, which is put it in a high interest savings account. I suggest that because it's more flexible, just in case you need to reach in that pool of money before you write that check to IRS. So you need to be more flexible with your money if you put it in a high interest savings account, which right now is better than a regular savings account that you get at these other, I'm not going to name these financial institutions, but 3.8 and there's a 4.2. You can Google high interest savings account, since they're not sponsoring me yet. I won't.
Don't give them no prop.
But my suggestion to you is, hey, half that money is going to Uncle Sam.
Yeah. So and I would suggest you calling in on the show on Saturday at 1 o'clock to greet the Moon, because the Moon Group got it going on. She knows all those taxes.
We'll be over the moon.
Be over Miss Moon. She got to go.
Yeah.
All right. So, entity leader, who do you have in the studio?
First of all, I have. She is in the house. She is. Let me tell you something. She is the funniest. She and I are in a movie together.
I've seen the movie.
It's called Church Folk.
Yeah, Church Folk.
That's I was told that I was supposed to be the starring, in the. She is the funniest thing. And what's so cool about it? When we shoot our things, we don't know what anybody else's scene is going to be until we actually do the final product. Right? I had these lines because there's a line that and as long as I know everything, she's like the door. She has to say that, you know what? And then she put I love it. Look at that. But Ebony, I'm so proud of you. And everything you've done, anytime she has to think of nobody does it like Ebony Chanel. And so we've done so many things together between the eyes, things with the special experience teacher, and my brother right there, we've met several times when our big one was Riverside and Lansing. And I love the music, especially So tell us about your organization, Ebony and Rose.
Yeah, so the Empowered Lounge, we empower the youth one at a time to help transition families right side up. Our mission is to help young individuals become successful both at home and inside of the communities by providing transformative experiences that cultivate leadership skills and broaden their horizons. So we do a lot. Just being in the public school system by itself, we see things that blow our minds sometimes. And I learned as a teacher, okay, how else can I impact them? And that's when God gave me the Empowered Lounge Foundation. At first it was the ladies lounge, but God said, that's not what I called you to do. That's what man called you to do. So I had to shut that down, and I had to go the way that he directed me, his will, his way. So yes, the Empowered Lounge Foundation, and we just try to impact the students as much as we can, as much as possible. We just have so many clubs involved. We get out there, we feed the families. We have the back to school drive. We got that coming up. And we also, I partner with Mr. Willie too, Mr. Brown, to feed the 1,000 families with J&K Style Grill. We just do a lot just to keep the families going. But most of all, just keep that light shining in the children, because at the end of the day, sometimes it's us, the community, that they only have. I'm not saying that we take away from the families, but sometimes being in that negative environment, that's all the families see. But when they come out that environment and they meet individuals like myself and Deshawn, it helps make a difference. They see a different light. They see I can make it. I can do different. I don't have to do what I see on TV. I don't have to be a rapper. I don't have to be, this or that. But I can actually use my gifts. I can use whatever God gave me and actually follow his path, because that's why he created us, right? Absolutely. But if they don't know and they don't watch and the rappers, and watching their environment, and whether they're selling drugs, whether they're doing this, whether they're doing that, it's like very hard for them to get out of that mindset. So the Empowered Lounge Foundation, we came to take over the 757 with the youth, and we won't stop until the assignment is done.
There it is.
Whoop.
So let me just ask you this real quick, and then we'll go to Sean. Many of and I know you the dynamic of these kids. How hard is it sometimes when the parent is not able to I don't know.
It's kids having kids. So
yeah, kids having kids. And you face that because your
Let me see.
Hold on one second.
Yes. Also, somehow you're out of the picture. I don't know how that happened.
Okay, I have y'all in. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. And then from the commercial, can you hear me now?
You know what?
So I don't know how much of that you got, but I was saying that because some of the parents are so young, do you face any resistance from these young parents when you're trying to help impact their kids, especially if they're not doing things at home that you're trying to instill in them?
Absolutely.
Listen, I believe because we've been trained, we kind of know how to respond to the parents, because we get paid our big bucks behind being teachers. we got to learn how to actually deal with the parents, and it's very hard sometimes with the parents. But I found out with me, if I present myself a certain way in front of the parents and let them know in the beginning, then I'm creating that atmosphere like, okay, Miss Cuffy means business, when it comes to school. And focusing on the children and their relationship. And when I do that, the children go home and talk about me all the time and tell, so it's kind of like in the classroom, I'm able to build that relationship. But outside, when we're doing like community impact, all they see is the light. So all they see is what we're doing. All they see is the goodness. They're seeing that. But it's very hard in the school system, compared to outside in the community.
Right. And one thing I really love what you do is like a lot of events we have, people just come in to get something and leave.
Yeah.
But, in order to get something, they got to hear something that, a program that you have, we had a toy drive at one of the churches, and we know that the people just, because they toy hop, you know what I'm saying? And they just thought they were just going to come there and get some toys and leave. No, they got a church service. They got some word. Then you get your toys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's one thing I really admire about what Ebony has done. So, Deshaun, talk about what you got going on, man.
So I recently joined the foundation about 6 months ago.
Right.
I started off, and I'm still working at Ingleside Elementary School. And, I am what they call the all-around TA, teacher assistant, because I can never stay in one place. But, just like to piggyback off what you said earlier, sometimes it does take patience and understanding to navigate and to impact the kids, but not only the kids, but the parents. Because like I said, some of the parents are my age, and I'm young. And some of those parents are my age, they don't understand, they don't know. So sometimes it just takes that patience, and it takes that understanding, and it takes that stand firm, like, I'm going to keep on keeping on. I'm going to keep on teaching your kid, but I'm also going to keep on you to make sure that that kid can be successful in life. But me being a program leader now, it's with me with so many ideas that can help cultivate, that can help innovate, that can help mentor some of these kids. My stronghold is with boys too as well, because I coach basketball as well at Ingleside Elementary School. And my first year coaching, it was a great eye-opener, but it was also very devastating, because you got to understand that some of these boys don't have nothing. Some of these boys are in the streets.
Right.
Some of these boys have to make a living at a young age because either they don't have their mama, or they don't have their daddy, or they don't have neither, and they're in the system.
Or the parents are working all day long.
And it's difficult sometimes. And, it's hard for them to navigate their emotions. It's hard for them to be happy because they have to be hard all the time.
They got to mimic what they see.
Exactly. So, me trying to start like a mentorship program, but also within basketball, I give them that type of tough love to where it's like, I care about you, but there has to be some boundaries. There has to be some rules. There has to be some things that you have to understand that what I'm trying to say to you, you have to, you have to do, like, do what you're told to do.
I think too, while we're successful, and it's because of how we carry ourselves, it's like we don't change, even when we're out in the community and we don't change. We stay the same, whether we're in the school or outside. And that's how we become more impactful too as well. We don't change the game. If we change the game, then they're gonna know, okay, so we can do this, we can do that, we can get a little bit manipulation in, we can break some of the rules. But because we know the assignment, we know we were supposed to do, and we just follow through with that. Yeah, like you can't break through us, but that's why the Empowered Lounge Foundation is so successful with families too as well.
Which is a great segue to one of the questions I have for both of you guys. What skill sets do you think will make you is making you successful at what you're doing?
I mean,
and I really want to hear how you use your sense of humor to diffuse different situations.
I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just, I guess, the skill set. First of all, I went to school to study the mind, a child's mind. So I have several degrees in psychology, as well as mastering education. So I do take what I learned from school and college about how the children grow, but also I flip that and kind of use like reverse psychology too as well. So it's kind of like a lot of people want to be strictly to the books. A lot of people, but you can't with this generation. It's like you have to put your sense of humor in it. You have to, but at the same time, they have to still know your boundaries. you know. So mine is just, it's a mixture all around. They really don't know what they're gonna get inside of the school. But outside of the community, it remains the same.
Well, let me ask you how. So, and getting ready to wrap it up, how can people get in touch with you all? Give us all your contact because they really need to know what the Empowered Lounge is doing.
Absolutely. So you can follow us on all social media platforms by the Empowered Lounge Foundation. You can go to our website too, www.empoweredloungefoundation.org. We have a TikTok too, so I'll be up there ticking and talking, like kids say, flying. So we have a TikTok too, so you can find information there. We are in a lot of youth groups too. So My Learning 757, we're just everywhere. You can contact us. Our contact information is 757-805-9739. Along with our email is e.y.l@empoweredloungefoundation.org. We have a lot of events coming up. We have the Pioneer of Purpose Tour, and that's for boys and girls. That's actually going to be the city of Virginia Beach. They partner with us. That's going to be at the Central Library. It is free for the youth. And it's just a lot going on. We have the auditorium where the girls are going to be together, and we're going to do improv. So they're going to learn. We have actors and actresses that's going to be on the stage, and the youth, the girls are going to help them kind of, I guess, kind of help them. Crowning. Yeah, crowning. So, themselves. Right. So, basically the actors, actresses, they're going to be on stage and they're going to like act out bullying, and the girls have to tell them what to do next. So it's kind of improvs, and the boys are going to do team building with Coach Sims, sports. And so we have that coming up. We have the back to school drive coming up. We partner with the city of Norfolk. That's going to be in the Ingleside area. That's August 16th. So we just have a lot going on. And I just suggest and encourage families just to follow us on Facebook. We're always posting Instagram. We're always posting what we're doing.
Outstanding. But listen, I think that's it.
That's it.
And I think they need to have the Deshaun shirt day. There's not a time I haven't seen Deshaun with a colorful shirt. So I can see Deshaun shirt. Get all the kids to get a shirt just like yours, have them run around. You know what I'm saying?
He got his chest out.
Listen, that's our show. Thank you.
No problem.